What up, though? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Peas, man. It's been a while. I ain't made no videos. I be trying to stream every now and then, but I've been doing the lazy streaming, to be honest. Work been, I've been working overtime. Work been kicking my butt, but I've been watching the games. Best believe. We got a lot to talk about. So, for the varsities videos, I'm going to make this video about our Detroit Lions and the fact that we just got Za'Darius Smith. And I feel like the Detroit Lions are not done. I feel like there's going to be another trade before the deadline that we hear about. And to be honest, that's what I kind of figured because we really got to swing for the fences with this because Brad Holmes, we got to get it done. He is a baller. He is a go getter. And I already know for a fact Brad is going to get us where we need to be. With that being said, before I keep going, make sure you like, share, subscribe, join the Palace, become a player in Peter's Palace, man. It's the Players Palace. And it's your boy Peas. So become a player in the Palace. But anyways, back to the video. So what I'm thinking is the Detroit Lions, we're gonna make another trade. We're gonna make another trade. And what that all entails basically is going to be us getting another edge rusher because we really need to put our foots on people's necks. And talking with some other people in the Lions community on Twitter or X, we were talking about Super Bowl matchups and how it's so crazy because this was before the Packers game. We were both like we just don't feel like the Packers scare us. We knew we were going to win the game against the Packers, and then I feel like when we play them at home, we're going to beat them then as well. The only game I see us possibly dropping is maybe at Soldier Field because we have a tendency to do that. But even then, I don't know. I just feel like we only I don't know. I just feel like we don't drop. At worst, 4-2 in the division. We break even with the Bears and the Vikings, and then we what's the word I'm looking for? And then we outright beat the Packers. But other than that, I feel like we really can go undefeated in the division. To be honest, 4-2 is just the floor for me with what the Lions are doing. Um, and then sure enough, we dismantled the Packers. 24-14 wasn't even you can't get the picture of the story of that game through that score because we completely owned them from start to finish. Yeah, they got the field goal at first, but when they got that field goal, we were on and popping. They ejected Brian Branch. I mean, head to head contact, whatever. I personally was saying, I mean, if you eject him, I see it, but it's like I just don't like how it came from New York, and then New York never really gets involved in calling penalties. They wanted to do it today. I felt like it was very weird. Well, not today, but when the game was on Sunday. So it is what it is. I wasn't phased because I knew we weren't going to miss a step. And sure enough, Kirby Joseph gets a pick six, his first career pick six. I just honestly feel like this Detroit Lions team is really it's crazy. They're the best team in football. And I've never been able to say something like this in my life. I'm 27. And there's people older than me that have never been able to say the Detroit Lions are the best team in football. Jared Goff is doing things that players have never done. Kirby Joseph, they just came out with the stat. He is the first player to have 14 plus interceptions in his first 3 seasons since Ed Reed. Like, these Detroit Lions we have, I think the total right now is 26 touchdowns to 20 incompletions, 26 offensive touchdowns to 20 incompletions in the last 6 games we've played is insane. So back to my story, we were talking about the Super Bowl, and we were talking about potential matchups because I'm honestly thinking I want what's their names? I want what is their names? I want the Kansas City Chiefs to win. And I'll say I want the Kansas City Chiefs to win because what's the word I'm looking for? I need to stop. These shoes are getting on my nerves. Um, what's the word I'm looking for? I do believe that we're going to beat the Kansas City Chiefs if we face them. If if it goes to a Super Bowl where the Kansas City Chiefs are undefeated the entire season, the Detroit Lions will. I mean, regardless of whatever Kansas City does, we're going to beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. I'm not worried about it because I feel like we have the team built to beat them. We're much better than we were when we faced them and beat them. Granted, they didn't have Travis Kelsey, but I mean, He's not doing anything this year. Granted, he had a great game last night, but Rasheed Rice is out for the year. Who knows if Pacheco is truly going to be back because he's out for a little while longer. They got D Hop now, sure. I just don't see us losing to the Kansas City Chiefs. Then you get the Buffalo Bills. The Bills don't necessarily scare me, you know? Their defense, not worried about it. That offense, I mean, like I'm not worried about it for the simple fact of with the weapons that they have on offense, Josh Allen is not something's not clicking with that offense. Granted, they're winning games, sure, but they're not. They just barely beat the Miami Dolphins. They won by a field goal. Granted, a win is a win, but Josh Allen, he's playing like an MVP caliber quarterback. You know, like see all the incompletions that's going on. Like that team just looks sloppy, and he's playing backyard football out there, winning games. They're not playing true competition really. And then when you look at, so I'm not necessarily worried about Buffalo, but even then, like we were talking about, we'll see what the Lions are. We'll see how the Lions story will be told in the Super Bowl when we face Buffalo. That is going to be the game this season that tells the Detroit Lions fans what they are in store for when it comes to the playoffs. I don't know about the 49ers because again, they're so banged up and injured. Who knows what they're going to be like when we go face them. Um so then you get to the Baltimore Ravens. My initial pick for the season was the Ravens versus the Lions in the Super Bowl. After the first couple of weeks, I was not sure. I still feel like, honestly, the Steelers will win that division, honestly, because that was Baltimore Ravens. That defense is terrible, and that offensive line is terrible. I mean, they're playing better, but even then, Lamar's having to scramble for his life. But granted, Lamar is that game changer to where Josh Allen to me just is not. You know, I'm more fearful of my Detroit Lions having like of breaking down contain because Lamar Jackson is over there scrambling all over the place. He breaks contain. He gets out on the perimeter just to throw a 50-yard something lob to whoever the hell is going to be open because the play is broken down because Lamar Jackson is running the ball. Like I know the Lions we're becoming a more disciplined team. Shout out to one of the best defensive coordinators in football, Aaron Glenn. People didn't believe me when I said it when we got him, but I knew AG is one of the goats. He's unfazed. But Baltimore is that team solely because of Lamar Jackson being able to make plays. Now, granted, he breaks down come playoff time, but man, I just can't count Lamar out. I don't know, man. But as a team, the team that terrifies me the most when I look at them in the AFC, and it's so weird because honestly, I mean, it would have to be Kansas City because between Kansas City, Baltimore, and well, it's so tough. Kansas City has the best coaching. They have the best discipline. They've got the best defense out of those three teams. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like it's Kansas City because Kansas City's offense, they can get it done with the little pieces that they have. Their defense is one of the best in the league. Baltimore's defense is just poor. The what is it called? The Bills defense, I think, is just poor. Honestly, like I said, they're not really facing anybody. And again, we'll see when it comes December 15th when we play. But I just don't see it, honestly. So again, and it terrifies me. And it's so weird to say, but there's nobody that fears me on a week to week. I mean, that fears me. There's nobody that scares me on a week to week basis. I don't have any fear of any team. And that's so crazy as a Lions fan to say. And I want to know what y'all are thinking in the comments section, but the Lions are winning the Super Bowl this year. I said at the beginning of the year, I have a wine bottle, a Detroit Lions wine bottle. I will pop open when we go to the Super Bowl. When it is official, the Lions are going to the Super Bowl. I'm popping that bottle and I'm going to have me a great day because win, lose, or draw in the Super Bowl, my Lions will have made a Super Bowl, and I've never been able to experience that. I will be back home in Detroit when we go to the Super Bowl because I know there's going to be a watch party at Ford Field. You bet your sweet butt I'm going to be right there with my people, with my Detroit family, everybody, all my people from back home. I will be there. Now, just to finish this video up, again, we got Za'Darius Smith. That's gonna be great because we lost Hutch. Will Hutch be there for the Super Bowl? If he is, that's great. I'm not banking on it because again, those injuries they can take it can take almost a long time to truly recover from it. So we'll see how it works out. But I just don't believe we're done. I believe that you're going to hear something else before this deadline about the Detroit Lions making another trade. Marshawn Lattimore to the Commanders. Yeah, I already saw that. But yeah, I just want to know what y'all are thinking in the comment section. And if you're not Lions fans, I want to hear what you're thinking because, like I just said, Marshawn Lattimore to the Commanders. You know, honestly, the Commanders is a team that kind of I'm looking at like what's going on here, like this is the one team that I'm looking at when we like come playoff time. I'm just like, okay, let's see what happens because these Commanders look pretty darn good, and I can't believe I'm saying that. And I'm happy for them. I'm happy for Commanders fans because they've deserved this after so many years of what was it? I believe his name was Dan Snyder, the screwing that team over. I'm happy for the former Redskin fans, the Commander fans. They finally get something good with their life. Shout out to the people in my life that I know that are Redskins fans because I like it always feels good to have, finally a good team when your team has been bad for so long. So I'm very happy for you guys. Again, let me know what y'all are thinking in the comments section. But again, man, Detroit Lions Super Bowl. My early season prediction, I was like, the Lions can go undefeated. Right now, what is it? We're 7-1. I can honestly see us winning out the rest of the season, but not how it works. And I believe in getting the losing out of the way. We lost one game, cool. I just want to make sure if it takes us losing a couple more games for us to really solidify and get to the Super Bowl, I don't care how many games we lose. I just need to get us to get to the Super Bowl. But again, let me know what y'all thinking in the comment section. It's your boy Peace. Catch y'all later. Peace out.